This is Russ. Yeah, I'm headed out of Costco. Yeah, I bought some cheese. Some American cheese. Kraft singles. What is that? What does it say? 96 in the pack. Yeah, $4 off. $8 and something. Wasn't too bad of a price, so I figured, yeah, hey, why not? I usually end up going to Aldi's and picking up their cheap cheese. This is Kraft. Is that any better? I think over the years, the Kraft formulation has changed. Yep, I think so. I don't think it tastes the same anymore. I think things have changed over. I remember when I was younger, I'd eat a ton of American cheese. It was different. You had to slice it yourself, right? You had a cheese slicer. I went through quite a few cheese slicers. They break after a while. Anyway, got a chance to say hi to Tom. Tom was there, filled up my gas tank. You know, whenever he fills up my gas tank, he probably wonders why it's so quick, because I usually only am down like a quarter of a tank. Then I'll stop by and get some gas. Yeah, I seem to always do that. It's down a quarter of a tank, I usually go and fill up. And if Tom's there, then I get to say hello. Anyway, I had recently done a number of food reviews, as you might know. We did the Spot in Skokie, right? The hot pot place. We did Szechuan North recently, Chinese place. Yeah, I would say food at restaurants are kind of expensive now. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. They give you less, they cost you more. Yeah. That's not good. You know, if you're going to charge me more, give me at least the same amount. Yeah, so when there's a sale of something like the cheese, I got to get it, right? Yeah. All right, let's make this turn. Yep, here we go. All right, so anyway, went and got a pizza and a hot dog. Ooh, combination. Pedro would be upset that I got a hot dog. He didn't get one. No, I was pretty hungry. I don't know why. The thing is a lot of times I don't get breakfast. I just kind of hold it as long as I can until I can't take it anymore, and then I go to Costco and get a pizza. But today I was really hungry. Yeah, it's the same thing with the hot dogs that I've been doing for the last year and a half or so or more. I only eat the top part of the hot dog, the top bun, and then I throw the bottom part down, just to get rid of half of the bun, and I only put mustard on it. Now I used to put a lot of stuff on it. I would put relish, hot mustard, even ketchup. Ooh, for Chicago. Ooh. But I don't do that anymore. So it's just mustard only at this point. Try to stay away from the other stuff. And I'm kind of used to just having mustard only now at this point. I think you can get used to almost anything if you do it enough times. It's just like I really used to hate sparkling water. Yeah, I couldn't stand the stuff. Now I'm used to it because that's usually all I have when if I have anything at home, it's not regular water. It's usually sparkling water. Yeah, I avoid all the fruit juices and all that kind of stuff now. I don't do any of that stuff anymore. People would ask me how I lost my weight initially, and well, that was out of necessity, as you know, due to diabetes, and had dropped 50 pounds. But at this point, I'm sitting at about 35, 36 pounds down. So I had gained back 14 to 15 pounds, but I had actually gained back as much as 20 at one point. That was temporary. We already knew that was temporary. That was when I was doing all the buffets the last several weeks. I did the buffets for the reviews, and then we went to Kentucky and had a couple more buffets on top of that, and then came back and had some more buffets because relatives came back into town, and so it had gotten out of control, and that gained like 5 more pounds. It pushed me into the 20-pound limit. Well, there's no limit, but a 20-pound range. And I said, wow, that's not good, but I kind of knew it would be temporary. Sure enough, it was. Yeah, because that's all gone now. So I'm back down to um, 14 to 15 pounds over. I always say it that way because it always fluctuates, you know. On any given day, it could be down a pound, up a pound. I mean, after eating these two things, it's probably up a little bit, but by tomorrow, it'll be down again. So, yeah, you just got to be careful, that's all. So, anyway, one of you guys had asked me if I was planning to do more food reviews. You kind of like my food reviews. You know, the thing with the food reviews, I'm not a good food reviewer. You know, I don't really tell you how the thing tastes like, if you ever noticed that. All I do is I tell you what my thoughts were about that restaurant. That's all I really do. I just say, you know, it was clean, staff was nice, you know, the food was well presented, you know, value was there, that type of stuff. I don't usually tell you too much about the taste of stuff unless something's way off. Like I said, you know, that Dan Dan Man was vinegary. I'll tell you stuff like that, okay? Or when they gave us all these onions when we asked for no onions. I'll tell you stuff like that, right? But maybe that's enough sometimes, you know. As long as a food reviewer person doesn't outright come out and say this stuff was terrible, it was probably pretty decent, right? The guy probably was able to handle it, you know. So usually when you hear those type of things, it's either stuff about how bad something was or something that was not quite right the way that they preferred to have it. I was looking off to the side. There was a lot of smoke in that area. I was thinking, is the house on fire or something? No, it's just a restaurant. It must be smoking up something really good because there's a lot of smoke coming out of the chimney there. Yeah, as long as there's something that's edible, I usually don't say too much about it other than that, yeah, the food was fine. That's about all I usually say. So if you like that kind of comments on my food reviews, yeah, I can probably do more of it. I don't go to a lot of places, let me say that. It's just recently we've been going to places because family had asked us, hey, you want to go here, you want to go there? So we would go, and I kind of decided I'll just record myself. I mean, as long as they're not upset with me recording, I could just put the camera on the table and record it, really. So, and as long as the restaurant doesn't say, hey, you know, you can't record in here, then I could do that kind of stuff, you know. I always feel kind of conspicuous walking in with a camera, but you have to kind of show where you're at. So you have no choice but to do at least an establishing shot to kind of show you, okay, here's the restaurant, here's what it looks like, you know. So you got to do some of that. A sit-down restaurant's a little easier because you're not actually standing up and having to go through a buffet line and bringing the camera to look at all the stuff, right? So in that sense, a sit-down restaurant's easier. If I'm by myself, then I feel a little conspicuous talking to myself, even though I talk to myself in the car. But people are used to seeing people talking in the car nowadays because they could have a hands-free thing in their car for their cell phone like I do, and be talking, even though it looks like nobody's in the car, he's talking to himself. Well, they kind of just figure he's talking on the phone, right? That's pretty normal now. I mean, had this been like in the 1990s and I was talking in the car by myself, you might be thinking, oh, what's this guy doing? You know, he's talking to himself. Not anymore. It's pretty normal stuff now. So anyway, what am I going to do today? You know, well, okay, I'm going to edit this video. But short of that, what am I going to do today? I had some stuff come in from Ufree, one of my e-bike manufacturers. They gave me a whole bunch of accessory things, but that'll be part of future e-bike rides, you know. Then you'll see all the accessories that they gave me and everything. But yeah, I don't have anything else to talk about in terms of product-wise. Any new e-bikes coming in? Well, yeah, I think, you know, Electric's got the new XP4. That'll eventually come in. They haven't been shipping to anybody yet, so it's just a matter of waiting for the inventory to come in. And then I think what their plans are is to give it to people who've paid for them first, and then they'll give it to to the YouTubers to do their reviews, and some of the guys may already have gotten it because they were out in Arizona when they did the release. But yeah, other than that, nothing else is really planned coming in at this point. And will we be getting more? I think we will. Yeah, I think we may get a couple of bikes eventually, sometime this summer or even into the fall. So we can expect to see those bikes come in. I can't talk too much about it other than the fact that some things might be coming down the road, but nothing is immediately happening. That's okay. Actually, I don't mind. Got plenty of bikes to keep me going for a while, riding around. I did sell one of the bikes this past weekend. I sold the electric XP 3.0 in preparation for the new XP4 to be coming in. Yeah, one of our friends from church actually purchased that bike, so he's going to use that, so good luck to him. An interesting thing, hopefully he doesn't get upset I tell you guys this story, but he, like many others who have picked up bikes from me or have thinking about bikes, have told me, I don't see myself going past 15 miles an hour, 12, 15 miles an hour, And I go, no, you're going to go faster than that. But they never can see that they will go faster than that. In their mind, I can't see me going that fast, right? So he picked up the bike, and we exchanged a text message, shortly after, the next day, I think it was. Was it the next day? Maybe it was later that evening. Can't remember. He goes, he did 20 miles an hour. See, I'm telling you, everybody says they're only going to do a certain amount of speed until they find that it's not that hard to hit 20. It's not that hard to do it. Once you get used to the bike, right? That's the whole point. Once you get used to it, hitting that faster speed is not impossible to do. And the first thing I asked them too is, how long has it been since you rode a bike? Because that's kind of critical. If a guy says, I haven't ridden in 30 years, then I always get a little nervous, for the guy. But I always warn everybody, be careful. Don't go crazy. Get used to the bike before you start doing anything that's way too much. But yeah, he said he liked it. So anyway, XP 3.0 is gone. That was the #1 selling bike in 2024. Yep. So Electric expects that the new XP4 will be the #1 selling bike in 2025. We shall see. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. The thing actually offers quite a bit for the money. I would say for someone looking for a secondary bike, or someone looking as a brand new bike, first time bike, it's kind of hard to beat it. True. For the price, it's kind of hard to beat it. And then if you get the extended range battery version, which is what my 3.0 had, it's the same bike, it's just a bigger battery inside there. It gives you a little more range, right? So you can go a little farther. Things. And they added some new features to it. But again, the cost of a XP4 was going to be quite a bit more than what I sold the XP 3.0 to him for. So he got a good deal. So yeah, good to move that on to someone that could use it. And I'm sure he will enjoy that. Anyway, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. Here's the questions for today. Do you eat American cheese? Would you have bought that much of it? It'll take me a while to get through that, but let me know. There's cheese lovers who buy lots of cheese, right? But it's not American cheese. It's other types, like maybe cheddar or something, but American cheese is pretty cheap. Anyways, if you like the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll talk to you guys next time.